Hello, hello, hello. What happens if I play audio from my desktop? Will it pick it up? Let's see. It won't. So I need to exit this. Okay. Is it default? Okay. There we go. Cool. That's a little too loud. Turn off autofocus. There we go. That's a little better. does that one go to? I guess that makes sense. I have zero idea what I'm doing. take a look at the album Repeater by Fugazi. I probably won't because I've listened to a portion of that album before. And it's not really my genre per se. That's not one that I could probably react to very well. I've had a lot of people request that though, but I have heard like the first half. It's not bad. It's always fun to find the good chord progressions. So good. The rip. So what kind of genre do you usually listen to? It depends. My go-to is usually like a dream pop kind of a thing. I can really enjoy experimental and art rock in the right facets. Like my favorite bands is like Radiohead, Beach House. I really like Wild Nothing. Neutral Milk Hotel, obviously. Simon and Garfunkel. Scott Walker. It's pretty eclectic taste, but that's kind of a decent representation, I think. Some of Coldplay as well. Found your channel through Velvet Underground videos. Thought they were really good. Well, thank you. Thank you. I just went back and looked at my loaded video because there was a copyright dispute on it that I had for Oh Sweet Nothing. And that song in particular, being copyright striked, caused it to be like blocked in almost every single country. So I was like, all right, I'm going to dispute it. And it finally went through, and the copyright got appealed or whatever. So now it's only not viewable in like Bulgaria and Indonesia or something like that. So the loaded reaction is finally not blocked in every single feasible country. But I went back and watched that video, and all 3 dislikes were probably because I didn't like Oh Sweet Nothing. Yeah, I hope everyone's doing well. I wanted to kind of give an update as to what's going on with me. In case people didn't know or haven't been watching my recent videos, I had a son on May 20th, about a week ago. And he's 12 days late. I thought he was going to be early, but he wasn't. So he was born May 20th, and I took about 8 days off from work just to kind of get us back on track. And just kind of relaxed, played some video games, just kind of chilled a little bit. It was nice. That's him crying right now. And I just want to kind of give everyone an update as to where the reactions stand. He's way easier than I thought he was going to be. He's not that much of a load on us. I was thinking, like you have one kid and it's like, all right, 100% parenting. You have 2 kids, 200% parenting. But that's not the case. Our first kid kind of trailblazed, and this kid's kind of following in the draft or whatever, in the slipstream. So it's like it's a muscle we've already worked out. So this is like you can your max is like 50 pounds curling. This is 5 pounds. It's like whatever. So instead of 200%, it's like 125%. It's just a little extra. Which is nice. It's a welcome relief. He's been really easy too. So I'm thinking tomorrow I'll record another reaction because we're doing fine on this end. We're not overwhelmed or anything like that. I'm not overly tired. Work has been fine. So I'm going to try to record tomorrow and maybe get a video up by the beginning of next week. I just wanted to have that in video so people knew what was going on. It's been a long time coming, but I don't see any reason why not to. The album I'll react to will be Different Class. Did I get it right this time? Different Class by Pulp. Britpop album. Then after that, I had a video I had an album I was gonna do. I remember what it is. Should I say it here? I don't know. Maybe there's not enough people. I know what my second album I'll be reacting to next is. First one will be Different Class by Pulp. After that, it'll be a doozy. It'll be a big one. Recently, though, I've been listening to Ween a lot, and some of Daniel Johnston as well. Great music. Been listening to 12 Country Greats by Ween. Listened to all of the Mollusk today. Great album. And then just a handful of their other tracks from different albums as well. Now, while I think that Ween would be fun to listen to or to react to, I think it would also be overwhelming. brief visitor. I hope everyone is doing well. The last video I posted was May 10th, 20 days ago. It's been a while. It's been a hot minute. I can tell you that much. But I do hope everyone is doing well. And I haven't died. Just been busy / relaxing, recovering. That's kind of why I wanted to post this little update. However long this stream will go. If there's not a big crowd, I'll probably end it somewhat early, but I just wanted to post a video for people to watch to know that I'm alive and that I'm still trucking, and I'll try to record tomorrow. So if anyone's in the chat, feel free to talk. Feel free to give song suggestions. I'll take some song reactions right now if anyone wants to recommend songs to me. You can try The Brave Little Abacus. Just got back from the discomfort. We're all right for some artsy emo. You know, artsy emo, that's a toss-up. Midwest emo. 2010 self-released. Oh, it's a video. Oh. Brave Little Abacus, just got back from the discomfort. We're fine. First track, what does it sound like? Actually, let me there we go. Can I there we go. This is music. That's music, all right. Pavement, Shoot the Singer. What album is this from? Is this a single? No, what album is this? What albumin is this? We just listen to the real thing then.
Someone took
EP.
in these pants. Somebody painted over painted wood. And where he stood, no one stands. It's been said he's sitting now in the churning land. Oh, I've seen saints, but remember they're for gods to flag them down when they pass. And in the morning light, you hold that ashtray tight. You can put it out, but I can't put it out.
That's not bad. Classic Pavement. Frontwards. That's a good one. it's all in the aesthetic, man. Because, like, technically I could play chords just like that, acoustically. But it's like, it's not the same thing. You know, it's like sometimes it's not the music theory, it's the way you play the music theory that makes it what it is. Richard, is this that one guy who, Peasant, is that the name of the song? I'm pretty sure. Soldier. This is a good song. I like this one. Peasant is the album. Really great composition on this one. Microphones.
Yeah, we are at the fortress of long winds, my fellows bristling with anticipation, and slurp among their supper bowls. A map of steam in the rafters overhead.
Very poetic, good detail. So, Ogre. I haven't listened to this one, though. Same album? Yep. Black Plague Folk. Oh, wait. Very daddy? Is that dandy or daddy? Because I think it's both. HD.
Bring the goose, my child. I carve an auction to the squirming post. It smells like a smithy. Hurry now and drink the bowl before it hunts you.
This is way more off kilter than Soldier. Wow. Favorite classical music albums? I don't know what that means. Do you mean like Sgt. Pepper classic or like Bach or Beethoven classical? Because you say classical. Do you mean classic or classical? Do 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 do. Gio Gotti, Bach. Well, that type of stuff. Okay, yeah, because you can't really say albums per se, because they didn't make albums back then. But I really love the impressionistic composers. Debussy, Ravel, Satie, Eric Satie to a point. Really love them. Fantastic stuff. When I do listen to classical, it's primarily Debussy, Ravel, and Eric Satie. I do love Bach a lot. He's not that listenable to me, but every time I do listen to a piece by Bach, I'm like, that was amazing. I love the Goldberg variations. A lot of the well-tempered clavier is really good. Yeah, it's hard to go wrong with Bach, honestly. What a freaking giant. That dude wrote like a piece for church every week in addition to everything else he was doing. I'm like, it's crazy. Beethoven is great, obviously. Mozart is brilliant, great, obviously. I feel like there's a Chopin. I really have a soft spot for Chopin. Ballad in G minor is a monumental piece of work. A lot of his preludes are really good. He has great nocturnes. I guess I need to fire up Spotify and look at my classical playlist, see what I have in there. Hey man, what up? Love your Fishman videos. Thank you, good sir. Thank you. Let's see. What? What are you doing? What? You can come in for a bit, okay? Just a little bit. You can come in. Debussy, Ravel. I don't. This is a very small playlist. I don't know why I have this. There's not much in here. But yeah, I don't listen to a lot. I wish I listened to more, because I find that when I come across, like, for example, whoops, one, you know, I just want a new window, so you guys don't see my liked videos. How embarrassing. There's a video somewhat recently that should be in here of, here it is. It's not technically classical, but it's like I came across this and I loved it. 1969. Oh, here. This is just madness. But you see, when I get into this part of YouTube and you see these videos on the right here, it's like 618,000 views, Ligeti. I click it, I'll probably like this. Oh, is this his suite about the different notes? Like one of these is from Eyes Wide Shut, right? There it is. Everything's going to be about Eyes Wide Shut. Walking on the streets of Manhattan in the middle of the night with this song on the headphones. This is a fantastic piece of music. How old is this? Actually. In the 50s. Fantastic stuff. Do you like math rock? I do like math rock. Let me recommend something to you guys. If you haven't seen it before, this is a great math rock album. A little bit emo in there. It's mostly instrumental. Steve Reich. I've heard that name before. Philip Glass, Einstein on the Beach. I'll listen to that. Into Yellow Tango at all? I've heard Autumn Sweater. And I'm going to react to that album that Autumn Sweater is from. I've been meaning to for a while. But aside from that, I haven't heard any of their music. I love the horns in this as well. I think horns work really well with emo and math rock. Taiwanese math rock? Elephant Gym. Is this... What is this? Is this an album? Is this technically it? I feel like I've heard this in something. It's an opera. Good grief. Mr. Robot. That's what I know it from. This freaking next season needs to come out. Season 4. 2019. When? When will this season come out? Bricking my balls. Best Yellow Tango album is, and then the Nothing Turned Into. So, yeah, I think that's the album right after the one from with Autumn Sweater. It's like a more dream poppy album. I want to do that one as well. Also, I have the Boards of Canada album. Something about children. You have a right to children or something like that. Music has the right to children. What's it called? If I click this, I'll know. Music has the right to children. I was right. I dig Boards of Canada. It's going to be a hard one to react to, though. Harder than Fishman's. I have a hard time with minimalism. Someone recommended to me the Disintegration tapes. Loops. And these are pretty cool. It's these ambient tapes. That are looped, and as they play, they disintegrate. So you hear the same ambient loop, but as you go farther along, it breaks apart. So you just hear the same thing happen over and over and over, but it gets like, it dies as it goes along. This is as minimal as I'll go. This is barely anything. How did it feel to have your dreams crushed and watch Donald Trump become the president? That didn't crush my dreams. So sorry. I don't have Trump derangement syndrome. New Sufjan songs. Love Yourself for Pride Month. It's not a great song, actually. He also has a 9/11 themed album. The melody isn't that great. I honestly think that the demo and the reprise are better. Like, this is good. This one isn't very good. Is this the one I was thinking of that just isn't very melodic? Yeah. This sucks. I don't vibe with this whatsoever. I'm okay with the Love Yourself tracks, but like this one, like, ugh. I'm into this new Sufjan. I love a pop record from him. Age of Oz was fairly pop, and I'd be okay with him kind of going back to that well. Alva Noto. Minimalistic. Ooh. You weren't wrong. Like, you can't actively listen to this, right? You can't just sit there and listen note by note. Like, you have to be doing other things while you're listening to this. The electronic noises are a little unpleasant. It reminds me of there's some tracks on the last Bon Iver record, 66 a Million, that are just like legitimately unpleasant to hear. Like, the frequencies hurt my ears. And that I'm kind of getting that vibe here. Otherwise, it's not bad. Have you listened to any slowcore? What's the... This. I've listened to this album. I actually love this album. This is really good. I'm actually going to react to at least one or two of their other albums as well. I love this. I love Down. Down is great. Like, it's weird because this is so minimalistic. Yet I can actively listen to this because the lyrics and the vocal delivery are so emotional that I can just dial right in and get engaged. And the sparse musical landscape is enough. It's in like G minor or something. Oh. Dalek, spiritual healing. What about Sigur Rós? Sigur Rós is fine. I like some of their songs. I haven't dialed into them yet though. YMO sounds like proto video game music. People have been telling me my music sounds like low for years, but I never listened to them. This is cool though. Do you have music? Do you have a channel? I'm gonna look at your channel. Uploads. You've asked for it now, man. Here we go. Is this it? Is this the real deal? (2017). Oh, dang. Since 2013? And just a fresh one right here. This is great. I like it. Yeah, good stuff, man. Whoops. Actually, let me go back to... No. Go back to your Bandcamp. I want to listen to your recent stuff. Let the air blow in his face. So this was like freaking 2 weeks ago, right? Fresh album.
I was kind of upset.
Sorry to be highlighting all your stuff on stream, but
And
Yeah, let's finish this. Let's delve into it. My dad confronted me. Don't hold back, sweetie. Don't hold back, sweetie. My dad confronted me. Don't hold back, sweetie.
so some of it is dark rodeo stuff. Okay. With the drummer? I remember there was once upon a time where I remember like actively thinking like I could never like indie music like this. I could never like music that no one I know knows about. So it was like if I heard like a track, I remember there was one, I'll get back to this, hold on. 2 bicycles. How real. This was the track that changed my mind because I remember this track, which had no views. It didn't exist anywhere on the internet aside from like right here. And I was like, I love this track. But no one I knew about it. It was just like, I think someone posted it on Facebook, like another music kind of related person. And this is like a Bon Iver-esque track. And I remember hearing this and just being captivated. Got that, like, you know, Pacific Northwest vibe, right? And I was like, I love this. It sounds like Bon Iver quality, but it's just like one guy making music by himself. I don't know why I don't have this liked. But that was when I realized, like, you know, I can like music that other people don't know about. Because I felt like I had to, like, share in some kind of validation or discussion. But then I think this is what kind of, like, broke that mold for me. And now it's just so easy to be like, all right, guy in chat, you have music, I'll listen to it. Oh, that's great. It doesn't matter if no one else I know knows that you knows this song, let alone if you even exist. If it's good music, I'll listen to it. You know? So let me back the hell up. Just right the hell on up. It's gonna rain Steve Reich. Holy crap. Industrial hip hop. Last thing I would ever listen to, thanks. That's why I like music on YouTube and Bandcamp more than Spotify. I don't use Spotify to discover any bands whatsoever. That seems so counterintuitive to me. Like this related side over here on the right has shown me so much music. It's insane. Yeah, YouTube recommendations have made me discover so many artists. I really like music that feels like a real person communicating with me. I do too. That's why Daniel Johnston, dude. I've been getting into him recently. And I freaking can't believe this. One of my favorite songs, well, I don't know if I'd call it one of my favorite songs, but so 1990, the Daniel Johnston album, I started listening to this. And I was like,
Your picture is still
when I first heard this, I was like, wait, this is super familiar.
on my wall.
Where have I heard this before?
Strong. The blue is pure.
Some things last a long time. And then I realized I've listened to this song dozens of times as a cover. This just blew my mind. That Beach House, like, I thought this was a Beach House song. Come to find out, it's this obscure underground artist who made a song in 1990. And then I listened to this again after discovering that, and I'm like, I can't see the song in the same way. Great cover, by the way, because it just sounds like their own song. Fantastic. Lana Del Rey freaking covered it. The hell. Yeah, the other day, like yesterday even, I started listening to some of these Daniel Johnston tracks. And I was blown away by these tracks. This one almost moved me to tears. These lo-fi DIY outsider recordings from the 80s
Listen up and I'll tell a story.
by this guy who suffers from bipolar disorder and schizophrenia. He's been in and out of psychiatric institutions. And this is a very raw recording about what it means to be an artist. And it's like, it hits so close to home. If you're an artist, like this is it. Have you seen the? I have access to it. I'm gonna watch it as soon as possible. The Devil and Daniel Johnston. I'm gonna watch that very soon. But like this is good. And friggin' Kurt Cobain wearing the shirt of Hi, How Are You? The album cover. It's like, I love stumbling across stuff like this. Like, I'd never heard of him before, but you come across him and it's like a spider web where the strands just connect to all different parts of culture. And it's like, oh, Kurt Cobain wore a shirt with an album cover by this guy. Beach House did a cover of one of his songs that I've heard so many times. Lana Del Rey did the same cover. Car Seat Headrest did a cover of Walking the Cow. It's like all of a sudden it's like a missing piece of a puzzle. And it's just so awesome to see like hundreds of thousands of views on these videos. Like 1 million views. Like, that's awesome. Fantastic stuff. I call him the mentally ill Fred Rogers or Bob Ross of the music industry, where you're just like, you want to pat him on the head and be like, you're a great man. You're a great man. So that was a super off track thing. Duster, Inside Out. Okay, I will do it. Hold on. Come on, Duster. This looks minimalist. No? Ooh. Huh. This has piqued my interest. Never heard of this band before in my life. I can see the space rock vibe. That's pretty good. That's not bad. I might look into them a little bit. Hi, Tom Williams. How are you? Kind of microphones-esque. A little bit. It's pretty lo-fi, honestly. Never heard of this band in my life. So it's the bass that's super distorted? Steve Reich. Let's go part one.
He began to warn the people. He said, after all, it's going to rain after all. For 40 days and for 40 nights. And the people didn't believe him. And they began to laugh at him. And they began to mock him. And they began to say, it ain't going to rain. It's 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 rain. 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 Rain.
Okay. Thank you. Juana Molina. You guys have like the weirdest things to recommend. It's fascinating to me. Uh-oh. This is a very extensive music video. I love these tangents that we get on where it's like something gets recommended or mentioned and then like everyone just keeps recommending songs in that genre. Jesus Blood hasn't failed me yet. 1975. That's a nice sign. Gavin Bryars. I can get rid of this. Gavin Bryars. "76 years old. Born same year as my dad." My dad's gonna be 76? Jars of Clay covered this? What? Is this like held in high regard amongst Christian circles? Wow.
found me yet. This garden thing on road for
Oh.
never found me,
Oh, produced by Eno?
never found
Does it say that here?
yet.
Oh.
Never found me yet. This garden thing on road for a dog. This garden thing on road for a dog. Jesus Christ never found me yet. Never found me yet. Christ never found.
I'm curious. Jars of clay.
Jesus' blood never failed me yet. Never failed me yet. Jesus' blood never failed me.
Hillsong? Are you kidding me? Hillsong? Is this real? What the hell? Well, it's kind of no. That doesn't technically count, right? 'Cause that's not the actual thing. It's just something different. That's interesting. Thanks for showing me that. Might as well click away from this. I'm not gonna watch it now. You guys with this weird stuff. Christoph de Babylon. What you call a life. Slow jungle. Those beats. I'm gonna get just random nonsense if I do that. Really? Wait. That's cool. I like idiosyncratic music like that, like Disintegration Tapes, and then like this kind of album, you know, where it's like just like an art idea, a very like specific kind of idea, where it's not like super listenable per se, but it's just like it's cool to see it happen. I dig that. What happened there? He's basically a folk god. don't think there's anything else you need to catch up on. Elephant Gym.
Came sifting through the palm trees. My eyes, they were blinded
I ran out of wine.
by the sun reflecting on the seas. 100 dozen mermaids smiled as I passed
1970.
through the haze. The sound of familiar voices of younger days.
I do have a refrigerator.
Jerusalem, 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 oh no, no.
The synth is cool.
Jerusalem was made by a guy, oh I forget his name. And Jesus was a dropout, a king who bore no crown.
It's crazy that there are people who made music even back then that just like weren't known. You know? It's like that's just something that kind of fell through the cracks. Bass-driven math rock trio. How would you guys feel if I played you one of my songs from my upcoming album? I have... How many finished? 5? I think I have 5 finished. Yeah, 5. I have 5 finished tracks. More or less. Some of the mixing might need retinkered before the final album to like fit with all the other songs, but they're mostly done. If you guys want me to play one of those songs, I will. 4AD. Does this band have anything to do with throwing muses? Reminds me a little bit of Mazzy Star. All right, what is this? Oh, Women is the band. Good grief. What an off-kilter time signature that is. 11-4. Whew. Astro Bright Crush. I'll do this one, and then I'll do Super Crush. And then I'll do one of my songs. Shoegazing Project. (2002). Oops. I kind of like the idea of early 2000s shoegaze. I feel like that culture in that time lends itself well to that genre. So I'm interested in that. Might listen to more of that. Okay. Here's my album, guys. I have 5 songs. Tracks 1, 2, 3, 5, and 7 are done out of 10 tracks. Which one? A couple of these I've posted to my channel before. I've since deleted those videos because I want them to just kind of be gone, so that when I come out with the album, it'll just all be right there at once. Because Rockets I finished in like September of last year, and then the rest have kind of followed suit recently. I'm not the best vocalist, so I don't feel super confident just releasing track by track by track. I guess I'll just start with the first track, the intro. It's instrumental, so there's no singing, but this is an idea for reference that I've been sitting on for how long? Since 2017 is when I had just this demo. This is just to put down the music, just so that I can remember the notes. 2017, September, so it's been about 2 years. So here's the final track, more or less. And that leads right into the second track, -10. Pretty great so far. That's yours. Sounds great. This is dope. Quite relaxing. Well, thank you, everybody. This album is kind of like my send up to dream pop and ambient music. Not necessarily like I'm not trying to like emulate bands, but like it's heavily influenced by Beach House. Heavily influenced by Wild Nothing. But it's like I'm not trying to do the same things that they do. It's just like the things that dream pop speaks to me about kind of comes out of me in a different way, and that's kind of what this album is turning into and becoming. But it's like it's pretty varied though, because like Rockets, for anyone who hasn't heard it, it's just a folk song. And House of Red and Gold it's kind of my please, please, please let me get what I want, where it's like a very short guitar song. And it's not really dream poppy at all. But then there's Artifact, which is very dream poppy.
I don't know what to do around here. Alien culture from Andromeda.
So it's kind of all over the place. The intro reminded you of another song I can't quite put my finger on. Actually, the main song that comes in, obviously the intro feels very different from the song that comes later. There were two different tracks, and I thought, like, it might work well if I just put that intro on, because it sounds really schmaltzy, almost like it'd be like in an anime or something like that, just to kind of like mislead the listener, and then it comes in and just kind of blossoms into the kind of descending into the dream, if you will. Sounds more like post-minimalism. Post-minimalism. Hotel Alexis, I've never heard of them before. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of my voice. I think it could be better. I'm okay with it, though. That's the thing. It's like, maybe you guys are a good testing thing. So maybe I'll do -10. I'll play that for you guys so you can hear it. And you can hear the vocals. Most people who I show it to have like a different kind of taste gauge rating, where it's like they're used to normal pop or they're used to typical high quality production. Whereas you guys seem a little more on the lo-fi DIY end, especially Mark. So, it's like when I hear Daniel Johnston, I'm not like, ew. I'm like, this is good. This is great. Because it's not how well you sing in those instances. It's like how well you sing, how much of yourself is in the singing. So I'll play this one for you guys. It's 3.5 minutes. And let me know if the singing is off kilter to you, if it's distracting, if it works well with the instrumentation, because you guys are like a good test audience, I think. So here's -10, which comes right off. Actually, I can play this with a playlist and drag this in. So this is the end of Dream Not of Technicolor Aliens, and it goes right into -10.
At 9:35 I saw your breath emitting from the corner store. It folded up and then comes again. It comes again. It comes again. At -10. 9:38, I can't walk straight. Frostbite attacks, you don't react. Nothing is said, your skin turns red. This might be real, please don't be real. But it comes again. It comes again. It comes again. At -10. 9:49, I feel just fine. We burned the tree and it set us free. Twist the key, lock the door. Pocket it till we're back for more.
So that is -10, which is the first vocal song on the album. First song is very breezy, and the piano is an elegant choice, with the folkier songs, in contrast, seem kind of demo-ish. Well, to be fair, I haven't played all those in full, so that might be a give. Voice is good. My favorite thing with the singers, I can hear their speaking voice and their singing voice. It makes it feel more like conversationalist performance. I liked it a lot. Well, thank you. That's kind of my concern with some of my singing is I have a hard time breaking the conversational part of my inflection. Like when I'm singing, I have a hard time not disconnecting myself from the fact that I'm sitting alone in a room trying to belt out to this, so it comes across a little conversational. But on one level, I don't have a problem with that. I just want to make sure it works tonally. It fits with the tone, the atmosphere of whatever I'm making. But I've never gotten anyone telling me one way or the other in regards to that, and you don't sound very comfortable while singing. Maybe try singing less big. Yeah, I've thought about that. Like Rockets, for example, is a little different. Like I'll play a bit of Rockets for you. I think this has a little better vocal delivery on it than some of my other ones.
Tell us here that time flows uphill. Well, part of that's true, but the rest will not apply to me or you. We build rockets
So like that's a song where the like it's a much more subdued vocal delivery just naturally anyway. Um, and I feel like it's like I'm okay there. Whereas -10, I'm like I don't know. You know, it's like I don't know where my strengths are per se, where my weaknesses are. I like the previous song better. Oh no, I'm getting conflicting results. Um, yeah. So I mean, I'm not necessarily making this for other people. It's kind of just for myself. It's like these are songs I feel I need to get out, regardless of how people take. I think on that second one you sounded better. Second one meaning rockets or -10. Probably rockets. Yeah, like I feel like I was better. I'm better on the more subdued delivery than I am on the big ones. But at the same time, it's like there's songs that require big deliveries. Like -10 is a very emotional song for me. Um, it's like I can't really whisper the delivery on that one. Um, Artifact is also a big one. House of Red and Gold is kind of subdued, like Rockets is. I don't know. I'm just kind of torn because I know I'm not that great a singer, and if I could have someone else sing on this, I would. But I don't know anyone, and that's not even like in. I'd almost rather not release the album than have someone else sing on it, because that's just way too big of a pain in the butt. And it's like it's not their music, you know. They're not going to be able to deliver the emotion. It's like even if I that's the tricky part is like no one else is going to be able to deliver the emotion for these lyrics that I've written, very personal lyrics, the way I would, but I can't. So it's like it's kind of screwed, like you're six one way, half dozen the other. But I'm working on this. I have 5 more songs to finish. Let me actually show you the other songs that are coming. Tracks still to be recorded are Persephone, Hazy Animals, Smoke and Mist, Keep the Anchors, and then Palms to the Sky and Exaltation is an instrumental outro. But yeah, that's pretty much what I got going, what I'm working on right now, aside from finishing my novel. Eugene, that kind of semi-unaudible, kind of hiding by the guitar. I think it would suit your voice better. I agree. I think the subtle Sufjan delivery is my strength, but I don't feel like I can do that for everything. But at the same time, like Sufjan, when he gets emotional, it's not like that's his strength either. But I mean, he's obviously better than I am in that case, but you can tell, like Impossible Soul, when he gets really into it in that song, is not as strong as when he just whispers the notes. The notes aren't as concrete, but I kind of like that. So I feel like I like what I'm trying to do. I just can't tell if I'm doing it and if it's working, is all I have to say. But thank you everyone for your input. I really appreciate it. Kind of after crying. I liked it when you went for it on first song. -10? If so, cool. Which Sufjan Stevens album should I listen to first listen to? I never listened to one. Ooh boy. We got a Sufjan newbie in the house. This is just a great song. Can we just listen to this for a sec? Counterpoint.
All to see without my eyes. The first time that you kissed me, boundless by the time I cried. I built your walls around me. White noise, what an awful sound. rose ever cease. Blessed be the mystery of love.
This song is perfect. The fact that this song did not win an Oscar pisses me off. I'm going to be right back. I have to put my daughter to bed. I'll be back in a minute. I hope everyone's still here. Because I have Sufjan starter kit to give. So, Illinois was the first album I listened to by Sufjan. Great album, obviously. It has a 9.2 out of 10 on Pitchfork. Oh, they gave it #1 album out of 2005. Number 16 in 2000s total. There's a lot of tracks here, and they're very long, such as the 2-minute track, The Black Hawk War, or How to Demolish an Entire Civilization and Still Feel Good About Yourself in the Morning, or We Apologize for the Inconvenience, but you're going to have to leave now, or I Have Fought the Big Knives and will continue to fight them until they are off our lands. I will not say that again. Yeah. This is a really solid album, but it's very eccentric. So, songs that stand out are John Wayne Gacy Jr., Jacksonville is good. I really like track 7, Decatur. Casimir Pulaski Day is fantastic. Go, Chicago, Go, yeah. On the vinyl edition. Okay, that's why. Chicago, great track. The highlight track from Illinois. It's not my favorite, though. Predatory Wasp of the Palisades is a brilliant track. One of my favorites. I would suggest listening to that first to get a good sense of what Illinois is like. Age of Odds is his more like electronic album. A lot of weird songs in here. Feudal Devices is good. Too Much is good. I Walked is great. Vesuvius is good. Impossible Soul is 25 minutes long, but it's a masterpiece. If you have the time, try listening to all of Impossible Soul, because that's the crux of the album. Carrie and Lowell, so good. Great folk album, just basic folk. Good, just banjo, guitar. This really is a fantastic album. It's really easy to listen to as well. Death with Dignity is great opening track, so if you don't not into that sets the mood for the whole album. Seven Swans is my personal favorite Sufjan album, mostly because of the theological aspects of it. I think it's very theologically rich. What is it? It says, describe the album as Elliott Smith after 10 years of Sunday school, which I thought was really funny. But this is a great album as well. The actual title track, Seven Swans, is, I think, one of Sufjan's best compositions, honestly. Dress Looks Nice on You, To Be Alone with You, Abraham's Sister. Great tracks. Fantastic tracks. Michigan, not a great starting point, but there are some good songs in here. New folk pop. Flint is a great song. Widows in Paradise is a great song. There's some good stuff in here. It's not as accessible, though. Enjoy Your Rabbit, do not start here. In fact, don't even end here. Ascend Came, this is a weird album. This is weird. A Winner Needs a Wand. Listen to this. Listen to this track. It's a cool album. Really long though. It's not great, but it's really cool to see like what he was doing in 2000.
It's killing me around.
Reek is good. Hospice is another album Alex's music reminds me of. That is a great compliment that I will take as a compliment. I would argue. See, the thing is, Hospice, but even more over Godspeed You Black Emperor. Ironically, two albums that have hands on the cover. Ironically, it's really funny. These two albums that feature two hands in very scraggly ways. Handcore. Yeah, that's good. The two handcore albums were very influential in my sound. At least in terms of like how progressive I wanted to make my music. Because I don't feel like my music is clean cut pop, simple stuff. And Hospice, ooh, this album. And dude, when you're married, this album just like hits you like a truck. Like you listen to Bear. Like as a dad of two kids, this is just like the most heart-wrenching song. It's yeah, it just hits you in the gut. It's like this is some of the darkest music to me, but it's a fantastic album. Death Consciousness is fantastic. I remember when I first heard that, and I was like, finally, the most aggressive music I can enjoy. Because like the post-rock, post-punk, industrial aspect of it, is like, this is as close to metal as I can get. But like Blood Hail, give me some Blood Hail, please. So chunky. It's great album artwork too. Great cover. Unknown Pleasures plus Loveless. Are you saying that about Death Consciousness? Because that's probably apt. Hospice has kind of been forgotten in the last 10 years because Indie's not cool anymore. Dude, I listened to Hospice front to back and I was like, I can't ever do this again. Like, I can't listen to Hospice front to back again, but it still holds a special place in my heart. That sounds super cheesy. But like that album like did something to me. It's just monumental. It's like very melodic, surprisingly easy to listen to. What a great album. Lexus Hotel Dapper Dan. My voice reminds me. My voice. Oh boy.
Dapper Dan went plumb crazy, looking at smut in his room. Even though we had no money, he got as low as you can. He said, go away.
I don't see how my voice reminds you of him, but fine. It's a decent song. Reminds me of this song. A little bit. Represent. that for a while. For the whole other minute of the song. He's almost deaf now? That's sad. It's actually very sad. You could do the sing talk of Mark Kozlik as well. That's true. My dad and his friend Jim Wise. I feel like I've found my vocal style. I just can't do it well because I don't feel like I can branch out into other things. Like other things don't feel natural to me. I don't know. Maybe I need to get out of my comfort zone. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell like what's natural and everything else doesn't work versus I'm in a comfort zone and I need to get out of it if I want to be good. Unrelated, but do you listen to much hip hop? I don't. Hip hop is very much just not in my wheelhouse. I don't vibe with it a whole lot. So, but I don't have a problem with it. I can't connect. The wires don't cross. This is a good song. This one, this was like a weird tangent in the YouTube recommended. I listened to this one, which is like cello music. It's pretty cool.
Each step is moving, it's moving me up. Moving, it's moving me up. Every step is moving me up.
Kanye samples, all the best. Have you listened to Avril 14th? How do I don't think I can do this. No, I'm not going to. I can kind of play that on piano. It's great. Have you listened to The Downward Spiral? I have not. I've heard Hurt. It's as close as it gets. 9 Inch Nails is a mixed bag for me. Trent Reznor. I love his film compositions with Atticus Ross. Those are pretty sick. But as far as just 9 Inch Nails, I haven't quite cracked that egg yet. I feel like I can. I just haven't. I don't know what angle to come at it from and when, you know. It's like sometimes it's like I don't feel like trying it right now, but Brian Eno. What is this quote you're talking about? It's a great song. What is the quote that you're talking about? I just see about the movie. The song is making me feel both warm and safe. Is that what you're talking about? I'm really interested now. You piqued my interest. Regardless, I should probably hop off, I think. My time has come. Been streaming for about 2 hours. Thank you everyone for watching. Like I said, hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to record Different Class by Pulp. Reaction, finally get those back up and running as best I can. Hopefully get that edited over the weekend if I can, up by Monday-ish. As though cocooned like a little boy that's been taken out of the bath and wrapped in towels that have been washed so many times, are incredibly soft and also at the same time feeling sad. There's an emptiness at the center of the ones like the way an empty church or classroom with a lot of windows through which you can only see on the street. Is sad, as though right at the center of this safe and close feeling is the seed of emptiness. Wow, he wrote a short story about that song. Great song, though. I'll have to check that album out. Fare thee well, everyone. Thank you for listening to my music. As I make more, I'll share more. I might do like a album front to back playthrough for you guys at some point when I finish the album, just so I can get like final thoughts. Or criticisms or whatever, before I post it on Bandcamp. Which, by the way, alexheights.bandcamp.com is where I'll be putting my music. I have old stuff on there. Currently, I have an album I came out with in 2015, which I love composition-wise, I love lyric-wise, I love theme-wise, I love concept-wise. Mixing and vocals, I don't like it whatsoever. That was before I learned how to compress my audio, so it's not mixed well whatsoever. It's too quiet and too distant, and my vocal delivery isn't as good as I wanted it to be. But it's a lot about the album I really love. That's free on my Bandcamp, so if you want to check that out, alexheights.bandcamp.com. And I have 2 kind of instrumental albums I came out with in like 2013 that are literally just like digital piano sheet music playthroughs of songs I've composed in the past. They're okay. They're nothing to write home about. That's it. Thank you, everyone. Have a good evening, and I'll talk to you all later.